DCKO Knightfight. This is another side story in the DCKO story that they got going on. Batman was in the main story for a little bit until he literally got killed off in the first like 10 seconds of the tournament. He didn't even last. It was so fucking funny though, I'm not gonna lie. Just seeing him die, I was like, that's it? This dude's not even gonna be in the tournament? It just caught me off guard, but it was funny. So yeah, he dies. He was wearing Apocalypse Boom armor, which I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what it is. He survived because he's Batman. All right, that's all I got. He ends up a couple different rounds that he has to go versus different versions of Batman. And plot twist, these versions of Batman are all Robins, or Robins that became Batman in alternate universes or alternate timelines. So we have Dick Grayson, which great batsuit by the way. I really love that batsuit. We got Red Hood. His costume is probably the second best. I just have a thing for Dick Grayson, you know, I love my dick. All right. And then we got Tim Drake. He's a really good Batman, more of like a detective side, which basically in his alternate timeline or universe, his crime rate is at a 0, which I think is really nice. It sets him apart really, really nicely from everybody else in the group. And finally, we got Damian. I haven't read issue 4, which I think at the time of this recording is already out, but I saw a preview of it, so I'm excited to read that one. His design is just kind of alright, don't really like it too much, but I do think it's pretty cool that he has a sword with him in the bat suit, so I gotta give him props there. It's pretty cool. It's just not my favorite design. It's just not my favorite. But overall, these stories are essentially just to reassure Bruce that even when he's gone, eventually the Batman mantle will be taken up by either if it's one of his kids. They all have a way of taking care of the world as Batman. He himself says that he's an old Batman. He doesn't do things as good as he wants them to be, and he sees the flaws in his own character as Batman, and he sees the better parts of him in each one of his kids, which is really bittersweet when you really think about it. But Bruce is just a normal guy. He can't be Batman forever. Somebody's gonna step up to the role, because that's how powerful the symbol of Batman is. That's just how important he is. But yeah, I can't wait to read issue 4 of DCKO Knightfight. I'm really excited. I don't know what Damian's gonna bring to the table. If you don't read DCKO like the main story at all, at least pick up the side story of DCKO Knightfight. It really is just worth the read. We love the Bat family. Let's just be honest. They're like the number one thing in the DC universe. Come on.